Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a PBR asset in Roblox. This is experimental technology that is currently in the beta stage at ROBLOX Studio, and this is my first ever tutorial on anything on Roblox and beyond. I'm making this to help some friends and the general public, and hopefully this will keep going beyond my time, I guess, on Roblox. Now, we're going to have 3 programs today. ROBLOX Studio, obviously, Blender, and you can either use this one, this is optional, but I prefer it because you can customize it on your own accord. Quixel Mixer. Now, Quixel Mixer, Quixel Mixer is a great program. It allows you to make any PBR texture you want with the many textures they provide. Wide variety. It's amazing. Sorry about the sound in the background too. I cannot control that, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and get on with it. So we're starting off in ROBLOX Studio. First we want to publish it. Just don't want to go crazy with the name. It's a beta. It's in beta. You can't really publish this to the public to show off with your friends, to show how great of a builder you are. It's private because it's in beta, but what you want to do is go to File, Beta Features, and make sure you have Surface Appearance Textures selected, checked off. Once you do that, you can exit it finally, and this is the website where Quixel has their textures. You can pull something from here that you find it nice, like a sturdy brick floor or this decorative wall paint, or some assets like Nordic beach rock. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and open up Quixel Mixer. That is my program. It's free. All of this is free. That's the plus side, but you must create an account first. So let's go ahead and open up Quixel Mixer. Now, as you can see, I have a couple that I've made already, which is fine. I'll label this video 5. And as you can see, we have this base plate-like layer right here. This is your base layer. You're not really going to do nothing with this. Not going to really do anything with this, sorry. That's proper English. Let's start off with something pretty nice, like a cracked Nordic coastal rock. Let it load. And here it is. Let's up the threshold a bit, like so. This is great. That's good. We don't want to wrap to underline. You can adjust a bit, but nothing too crazy. Like that. That's fine. Blur, you don't want to blur it really, but you can if you want. You can preserve details. It's up to you. But we're going to change it, the color, to something a bit more fitting. That works for me. Apply. Let's make sure to copy the hex code, the hex value, for later. And also, keynote, albedo means color map. Just keep that in mind. That's your color map. Let's add something else for the gray spots. Let's see what we have. I'm thinking something in the rock or sand section. Let's try some Roman sharp jagged rock. That seems pretty interesting. Now once this loads in, you want to put it below the cracked Nordic rock, right there. Now it should be going in like that. Copy and paste the hex value. And go ahead and up your threshold to however you want. That works for me, and I'm gonna mix it around. I don't really like how it really looks. I think I might change the placement, change the offset. There we go. Maybe just a little. Perfect. Now you can rotate it if you like. It's up to you. That looks pretty solid. I like that. Okay. Now that you have it the way you want, now it's time to fill in the rest of the gray. Go to local library again or online, it depends what you want. You can either choose stone, muddy stone wall, or any other thing like soil-wise to your heart's desire. You can choose. I'm not going to boss you out. This is just what I'm doing, and this is what will probably look nice. Once it loads in, you want to move this down to where it has the base layer. And as you can see, it's not filling the spots, which is perfectly normal. It's not really like a sand or crevice filler. So what you want to do is go from above. Oh, sorry, no, not above, below. I was right the first time. And as you can see, if you up the threshold, that looks more, I don't know, looks more obvious. But this is where you want to wrap to underline, so it can like wrap around the gray spots. So up the threshold, and now you want to wrap to underline so it fills those spots. Make sure to blur a little bit. Don't do it too much. And here's your texture. But let's change the color map real fast because it's kind of sloppy. All right, now you have your texture. I'm gonna move a little couple shades down, give it some variety. Alright, now you have something straight out of, somewhere like out of a rocky mountain surface. I mean, looks pretty good to me. It's time to export now. You want to make sure you only have 4 maps selected: albedo, roughness, normal, and metalness. Only those 4 will do. Now, once you have that, make sure to select a proper folder. I like my desktop for video use. I like to create a subfolder too, so it just doesn't go everywhere. Export it. Now, once you've exported it, it's time to go into Blender. I'm not going to teach you Blender, I'm just going to teach you how to properly make your object in Blender for PBR to Roblox. Now, it's time to fully make your rock. Basically, what you want to do is start to make your wall. I'm going to make it only like a 2D plane so that it's easier for video's sake, but you can go all out with your modeling desires for this if you want. Once you have this, you want to go into the Modifiers tab, add a modifier, multi-resolution. Make sure you select simple and subdivide it 4 times. This is the best optimization for Roblox. You cannot do it anymore. If you choose to do 8, it would probably crash your PC doing so, but that's the best. Now it's time to go into sculpting. This is where you sculpt your rock. Basically, you want to go to File, Append, and I have some rock brushes that will help you with this. I'll put in the description. You want to press A, so that it selects it all. Then you want to append it. That way, it's in your Blender. Make sure to go to Symmetry and click Mirror Off so it doesn't like mirror your texture over. Click this little image and your rock brushes should be here. I'm going to now just put it like so, and it should look something like this. It should look cracked and all that. That's normal. Go back to layout, and you want to split this up into 3 now. One of them should be UV editor, and one of them should be shader editor. Press N on the shader editor to make it full screen, and Shift A, texture, image texture. Now this looks confusing at first, but it's perfectly fine, it's easy. You want to copy and paste these a couple times. Control C, Control V. Drag the first one to the base layer. Drag the second one. Oh, gotta move it up. Drag the second one to the roughness tab. And drag the third one to the normal. Make sure to press Shift A again. And type in normal map. Put it there. Now that you have that done, you want to press this viewport shading, this button right here, and it should come up as chrome. That's fine. You can shade smooth it if you want. That makes it more smooth, obviously. And you want to press this object data properties, normal, auto smooth. You can do this earlier on in the tutorial. I just chose to do it now because I forgot. But we can smooth out these cubes in a second. But now it's time to upload your mesh, or sorry, texture. Sorry. This is a good preview, and it shows you what it looks like. Now it's time to upload your color map. Remember, your color map is albedo. This will be your first one. Leave this as sRGB. Your next one will be your roughness, and so on, so on. But you want to change this to non-color because it's not your color map. Now, upload your normal map. And you also want to choose this as non-color. Alright, now that we have that, as you can see, hey, it's starting to look like a rock. Heck yeah. Awesome. Now you can close out the shader editor part. You don't really need to use it really anymore. It's all about the UV editor. Now, click this button, scroll down till you see your albedo, PNG, your image, and it should look something like this. Press tab on Blender and drag over your mesh model, however you want to say it, until you get this right here. Press 3 on your UV editor and select it all. Now, whenever you press S on the UV editor, you can drag out, and as you can see the texture fits the mesh better from the UV editor. I kind of like it like this, but I'm gonna see what I can do if I can rotate it. To rotate it, you just press R, then drag. See, that's pretty good too. I think I might stick with that. Now we can close the UV editor part. We don't need that either. Okay. Now, if you want, you can export this now, but I'm gonna mess with it just a little bit more.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay, that looks better. I can manage with that. It's just a process when it comes to the Blender part, alright? Now, we want to press File, Export. Export as OBJ, wavefront, that's Object. Okay. Now, go to Desktop, Export.obj, and go back to Studio. Now, this is the fun part. We're almost done. We want to press Images. Click it. There we go. And now it's time to import your textures you made in Quixel Mixer or you got off of the website. Oh. There we go. Sorry. You want to export them all at once. Oh, there we go. All right. And while we wait, you can insert your mesh part. And just, yeah, that's while you wait. I don't want to do that. And basically, your regular mesh with the texture you just made in Blender should appear, but this is not your PBR texture. Just keep that in mind. It obviously looks very, very scuffed. I'm just gonna add a light with a part with a light, sorry, just so we can see better. Okay. And now it's time for the PBR part. You wanna open your mesh part, and you want to insert an object. Press surface appearance, sorry, English. And now it's time to put your textures you just made in the proper slot. So color map is albedo, like I said. Metalness, normal, and roughness. Takes a bit to load, just keep that in mind. It does take longer normally. Mainly because I have the video software running at the same time. It's a bit like rougher, if rough is a word, I don't know. But here you are. Here's your PBR texture, PBR mesh, PBR asset, however you want to say it, and ROBLOX. Now, as you can see, light hits it differently. Oh, yeah, light hits it differently. That's physically based rendering. It looks great. I'm so glad ROBLOX added this. It's just night and day compared to regular textures, and I'll show you. Let me expand the light more out. Turn camp light off so I can walk near it. But I'm gonna duplicate this one more time. Alright. Okay. And as you can see, it's totally different. I mean, beautiful. Look at that. It's 10 times more realistic. I mean, you would not believe that in a Roblox game. But this, like, if you would have told me this was in Roblox, what? I would have thought you were crazy. Now, let's run it real quick so you can see how it does in a game environment. Alright. And as you can see, it is incredible. Incredible. As you can see, it's still glossy. The light hits it everywhere on the regular texture. And on the PBR, the light is, you can't see the glare. It looks like a rock. And that's the difference. And that's why I want to make this video, because I want to help developers start looking into this before Roblox fully publishes it, so people can get a head start and just start wrecking the PBR community, and hopefully take this to other games, like make this a living. That'd be pretty nice.